Welcome to Gulf South Outdoors. My name is Andrew Whitman. Today we're fishing with Sonny Schindler of Sure Thing Charters out of Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. I'm really looking forward to fishing the Biloxi Marsh, especially from the side of the Bay St. Louis area. I've never fished that area, and if it's anything like the Louisiana Marsh we fished out of Hopedale, it's going to be amazing.
Hey, this is Sonny Schindler. I'm an owner and guide for Sure Thing Fishing Charters out of Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Right now we are the largest inshore charter company on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We specialize in redfish, speckled trout, flounder, triple tail, sheephead, black drum, sharks, and several other species.
It was only a short hop over open water, and we were already in the marsh. Bay St. Louis is extremely close. Really great spot to launch from. We made our way back into the marsh, and the water was getting shallower and shallower and shallower. My boat would have been high and dry at this point, but his boat, ready for action. What do you think you got? A chicken dolphin? Behind the boat. Come on, buddy. There you go. Hey, is he doing a barrel roll? Try shot. There it is, there's the sun. Nice.
For the first few years when I was guiding, I guided out of Venice, Louisiana, looking for marlin, tuna, dolphin, wahoo, grouper. But I always wanted to come home. This is where I was born and raised, and I had an opportunity shortly after Hurricane Katrina to come home and run Sure Thing Charters, and I jumped on it. This is why I got in business, and just being able to work out of my hometown has just made it incredible. Today we're heading down south to the Louisiana Marsh. Why? Because that's where the fish are. It's this time of year, they're fattening up for the winter. There's more areas to fish there than there are hours in the day. You just can honestly get lost out there in the fishing, and just the opportunities, the areas, and the fish down there outnumber just about anything you're gonna find. So you want better fishing, you go where the fish are. And this time of year, down south, fall, Louisiana Marsh. That's where we're going.
First redfish of the day, skunks out the boat. We were in good shape, and we really just started in this marsh. This marsh holds a ton of fish. I look forward to getting back in there a little deeper and see what we can find. Guy's going upriver, huh? I lost you in the sun.
Never get tired of that sound.
Nope.
They make alarm clocks. to that sound. I think that's just a cruel joke.
Yeah, it is.
And even though I fish most every day, I still wouldn't want to wake up to that and not have the real thing, you know?
Net time? Or you got it?
I get it. We use that real heavy braid. Cheat a little bit. Whoa. That's a fatty.
Yeah, man, that's delicious. I hear him drumming.
Settle down, Francis. Just fishing these endless points, drains, and lagoons. This one fell for a live caco under the popping cork. And they'll be like this all fall. We're just looking for wakes or current lines or anything different in the marsh. But let's get this one back in so it'll be nice and healthy. And this fish, you know, he'll probably stay within this same area. They don't normally travel far. Come back another day and maybe get somebody their first Louisiana redfish. This is a simple popping cork rig. Leader's probably a little long for what we got here, but boat monkey popping cork, the extra weight so you can play with it in the wind. A little split shot just to keep your bait down. 1/0 Kale hook. I'm using 40-pound test just because, you know, getting drug around the oysters and some of these fish are pretty stout. You just rig the live cacaho. He'll sit in the bend. As you can see, he'll just go nuts and hopefully draw us in another slot redfish here from the marsh.
It was a little chilly earlier when we were crossing the open water, but once we got deeper in the marsh, it started to warm up. And I mean, there was still enough breeze to keep the bugs and the gnats off, but it was turning out to be a great day.
All right, the red fishing right there was about as good as you're ever gonna see it. They're stacked up like cordwood. We still got time. What would be really neat is to check out some of these drop-offs and points. I know the trout should be there, and if we can get on one of those every cast bites, that would just make a good day even better. Stopped, when we're going through the marsh, you know, this time of year, we're just kind of looking for pinch points and, you know, on a good tide like we have today, areas where that water's moving through, like right here, this whole bay or pond is extremely shallow, but the canal that we're in here is probably 5 or 6 feet deep. That's a good trout. So we're fishing on the ledge between these 2 points. These trout are just stacked up right in the corner. Nothing big, but you know, just a good late fall, early winter schoolie.
Yeah, it's a great size.
And yeah, they're 12 and a half all day. Let's give him 3 seconds. Think he'll make it 3? 1, 2, oh! 1, oh! Not a big one.
No, he doesn't have much girth.
guy. Still on there?
Yeah, that was a little teeny guy.
Not even big enough to eat.
He did. I could only take so much. I mean, Sonny was catching trout after trout after trout on every cast. I finally had enough, put the camera down, and wanted to catch some trout myself. On my first cast, I hooked up into something huge. It was clearly not a trout. I finally fought the fish close enough to the boat to get a good look at it, and it was a big bull redfish. I mean, it was amazing. Perhaps it wasn't that big, but it really was great to see a huge fish like that mixed in with those trout. Sonny called it. This place was absolutely loaded with trout. Absolutely loaded. We got a nice 2-man limit. We were on our way. After the break, Sonny's going to introduce us to one of his good friends. Stay tuned.
Over the years, we've pulled some interesting things out of redfish's bellies. You know, of course, minnows, shrimp, eels, crabs. We've pulled stingrays, water bottles, but the most interesting has to be baby nutria rats. Since we began looking, it's kind of become a joke, almost like finding a baby in the king cake, where if you can see if there's something interesting in the redfish's stomach. So after the 4th or 5th time we pulled one of these baby rats out of their stomachs, we figured why not match the hatch and find a topwater-like mouse or rat lure. And we were able to find one that looks perfectly like one. It swims just amazingly on top of the water. And the first time we used it, first day, the second cast, I got a redfish to eat one. So since then, when the fishing's good and the people are up for it, we call him Mr. Jangles, the mouse off the movie The Green Mile. And we talk to him and have fun with him. And if you can get that little guy anywhere close to a redfish, it kind of serpentines through the water, and they absolutely hate it. They will spin around, come after it, and just crush it. So it's kind of sick. You know, we're throwing this cute little mouse out there and hoping that he gets mauled by a redfish, but what are you gonna do? You know, it's fun down there in the marsh. We try to make it interesting, and there's only so many ways you can catch a redfish, so we try and find the zany and goofy ways to do it, and at the end of the day, it's a topwater bait, but it's a really, really fun one to use.
Oh, he was not excited about that.
Not like mice. They're just toying with us. Here comes one. Oh, that sucker. Oh, it's a bunch of them.
It's pretty much on now, huh?
Kind of got them. Oh, man, there's a pile of them. Watch this. Here they come. Oh, look at his buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his other buddy. Look, there's two right there.
Yep. He looks a lot bigger on the boat.
Yeah. Don't eat our rats. Yeah, they normally won't turn down that cockahoo.
No.
Man, do you see how many were coming out of there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Fish on, huh?
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah. That Mr. Boat Jangle?
No. That was on the cockahoo. I hear a boat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a crab.
Man, that was nice and gold. So pretty.
Made a mess.
Yeah.
Can I trouble you for that net behind you? Redemption! Alright, we got a couple. Just to
Teach him a lesson, huh?
yeah, teach them a lesson. But we'll there he goes.
That's a beautiful
You
fish.
see how they get that pretty color this time of year? We like to mix things up, you know, fishing for speckled trout, redfish, other species, but doing that, changing species, changing tactics, changing lures, all that makes you a better fisherman. So if you're just constantly going out there with the same bait, fishing the same areas for the same fish, you'll get better at it, but there's a lot of fish out there and there's a lot of different ways to catch them. So why not mix things up? Using different styles, fish a different area, use a different technique, maybe use a mouse. And sooner or later, you're gonna pick up a new tactic and a new method that's gonna make you a lot better. And you'll never learn it all. So just keep trying different things and have fun doing it.